Hello everyone and welcome back to Project Ford UK. I'm Danny and this is my top Fords on eBay this week, episode 9, and it's going to be an Escort Special. Last video I tried getting 100 likes on my video, failed again, but it doesn't matter. I got more likes in the last one than the one before. I got 65 likes, so come on guys, help me out, try and get 100 likes on this video. I hope you're still enjoying them as much as I am making them. First up on the list this week is a 1982 Ford Escort RS1600i in stunning condition. It's saying it's done 99,594 miles and it's up for sale for £17,990. In the listing it says we are delighted to be able to offer for sale this Ford Escort RS1600i finished in sunburst red with unmarked classic grey interior. Unmarked dashboard, clean and very tidy engine bay, real clean underneath, unmarked original alloys, last owner had this car for over 5 years, magazine and RS Owners Club calendar feature car, showing just 99,594 miles with lots of paperwork history receipts including the magazine and RS Owners Club calendar that the car was featured in. So it's saying on the auction on the listing that this car's a 1982, but when I've put the reg in and done a quick check on it, it says it's a 1983 Ford Escort RS 1600, first registered on Tuesday the 4th of January 1983 near Dudley. The car was last MOT'd in June 2018, so it may have been off the road in that time. It passed. Offside rear tyre had a surface cracking, that was the only advisory. Doing a bit of digging on this car, it was put up for sale at an auction in November 2019 at Warwickshire Event Centre, Leamington Spa, at a classic car auction sale on the 7th of December. So I don't know whether someone's bought it or it's not sold, but like I say, it says there it was registered on the 4th of the 1st 1983 as well. So they might have just got the year wrong on it. But anyway, back to the car. The car's absolutely stunning as it sits there now, just how I remember them. Absolutely amazing colour this. Pops right out. It looks super glossy, really nice. I don't know if you can get them sorted out and re-stretched, but the interior's gone a bit baggy from the foam. I don't know if you can get them re-trimmed, get the material stretched back over them. But anyway, that's number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list, we all know I love a good Escort RS Cosworth, and I'll probably feature one in every one of these that I do. Last week we saw the advert for one that was £34,995, claiming to be the cheapest Cosworth in the UK. This one's £32,000 and it's done 136,000 miles. The listing's just listed as Ford Escort RS Cosworth, rare imperial blue, 4-owner car. Now straight away with this car, I know full well that the fact it's done over 100,000 miles will put people off. It wouldn't put me off if it had full history, everything's warranted, everything checks out, it's got an absolute wad of paperwork with it. It won't bother me at all. It's all down to how it's been looked after. The mileage means nothing to me. You can have a car that's done 30,000 miles and been absolutely smashed to bits. But again, it's all down to you getting out there, checking this car out and having a look. I love how this car sits, not keen on the white alloy wheels at all. They're probably worth a fortune anyway. The listing goes on to say, here we have for sale or Part X my Ford Escort RS Cosworth small turbo model. Again, I like a small turbo model, not everyone does. In the very desirable imperial blue. This car gets looks everywhere it goes. I don't doubt that for 1 minute. The car has done 137,000 miles from new with loads of history including service books and original bill of sale. Only 4 owners, MOT February 2021. Then we get the before we go any further section. Before we go any further though, there's a reason why it's a £32,000 car and not a £40,000 plus. It's been a well-used car throughout its life and it started to show on the paintwork, so will require a full paint to make it nice again. I don't even know how much it costs to respray an Escort RS Cosworth. Are you looking at £3 grand, £4 grand, £6 grand? Not a clue. There are a few dents on the front wing and the rust on the rear arch. Now, does rust on a rear arch mean it's going to be rusty underneath? Again, I don't know. You need to go and get these cars up, especially if you're paying this kind of money for them and get them on a ramp. Even if you just get the car and go look at it and take it to your nearest ATS and ask them if you can pay them 30 quid just to put it up in the air and have a poke around for you. Like, you've got to be really careful with these cars. And yeah, like I say, just go over them with a fine tooth comb. It's just recently had its brand new gas gold coilovers all round at a cost of £1,000 and a 6-week wait for them. and also had new pads and calipers painted zinc gold. Also, it has a recently refurbished in diamond white 17-inch Aves air wheels and brand new Toyo tyres. The interior is leather and the seats are in very good condition. The leather seems to hold up well on these cars. I'll be checking to make sure they've not been retrimmed. 137,000 miles. They're going to have someone sat in them for a very long time. He's pointing out the negatives in this listing, which is I always like to see. Always tell people what's wrong with the car. You're not hiding anything, and it's like price reflective. He's put the paintwork as mentioned, although still comes up well with a polish. No parcel shelf. Dread to think how much one of them is. Slight leak on the turbo oil feed pipe, but still drivable. Aircon has been deleted. Cold start, not too clever, although when it warms up it runs lovely. Will require a setup. I'd be gutted buying a car for £32,000 without air conditioning, I'm sorry. I don't know how much it'd be to put it all back in, or even if you can get bits for it. And as usual, please don't try offering me silly money as I'm not in a rush to sell. I like this car a lot. Don't know what your thoughts are on this one. Do you think it's worth 32 grand? I do. Really like it. Change them wheels, try and get aircon put in it, get the paperwork and the paintwork sorted. But then you're into super money again, so do you just go and buy one for 40 grand that's already had all the work done? It's up to you, innit? Quick history check on the car. It's in a 1995 Ford Escort RS Cosworth RS Cosworth. That good they named it twice on this. It was first registered on Thursday the 23rd of November 1995 near Maidstone, if that's how you pronounce it. Last MOT'd February 2019. It's saying the underside is well undersealed. It's got an oil leak, steering rack has some slight free play detected at steering wheel. All tyres perished but no cords found in cracks. Seatbelt slow to retract forwards. Wipers moving slowly. Don't know if these are all quick fixes, easy fixes or expensive fixes. Again, £32,000, you're going to have to start doing a bit of work on this car. Number 3 on the Escort list is a 1983 Ford Escort XR3i 3-door hatchback petrol manual. It's in sunburst red again. Sorry, I just have to keep picking these cars up, going down memory lane. And it's done 77,000 miles and it's £8,500. On the pictures, straight away when I look at the front one, I can see a little bit of difference in the paint on that picture. It might just be the lighting, but the back quarter looks a bit different to the door. Most of these cars have been in a bump anyway. I bet matching the paint is hard work. You've got different eras of paint really. You've got a car that's been sprayed in 1983 and then you're going to respray it in 2020 and expect a colour match. I'm not a sprayer myself. I don't know how easy it is to match paint with old car paint. But anyway, I still like how this car sits. I love the bonnet with the retro decal on it that says XR3i. When I went to the Ford graveyard a couple of years back, they had one of these bonnets. And I remember taking a picture of it. I liked it that much. It's saying it's a 1983 Ford Escort XR3i registered on Tuesday the 24th of May 1983 near London North East. It was last MOT'd in 2017. Bit of playing, both offside and near side rear bearings and offside front sill corroded. They were just advisories, it didn't fail on it. Now let's see what they say in the actual listing. It's with the dealer again, this one. It just says sunburst red, grey trim with red piping, electric windows, radio cassette. I never knew they had electric windows. Sunroof, unmarked alloys, superb driver, only one former owner from new, only 77,000 genuine miles from new. This car is very, very solid in all the usual places and underneath. It doesn't need any welding. Right, well, it might not need any welding because it's already had some done. I don't know. I just look at the old MOTs of the car. You make your own mind up with these cars. But I've not seen a Mark III XR3i for absolute years. And I probably know why. They're all in garages, they're all being looked after, or they're on scrap yards. But it's very rare unless you go to a car show you see one of these things driving past you. Number 4 on the list is a Mark IV Escort van 1.8D standard 55. Now I've picked this car because if you had one of these back in the day, you were the boy. A lot of garages used to do these Escort vans and put the RS Turbo bonnets on them, the bumpers on them. But like, I absolutely love this van and I would have this. I'd even trade my Berlingo for it. I'd have to put some money towards it because it's £3,995. The mileage on the car is 100,000 bang on. In the listing, he's put cracking little van, super condition, selling on behalf of a customer, drive spot on, want to drive it anywhere in the country, supplied with a new MOT, any advisories will be rectified, delivery possible. It's with a car dealer this. Let's have a look at the MOT history on the car. Again, it says Ford Escort 55. It's registered on Tuesday the 14th of August 1990 at Maidstone. Must have been a lot sold down there. It was last MOT'd in April 2018 and passed. It had some advisories, which was a front coil spring corroded, both, offside front shock, top mount slight play. If we go back a few years, it looks like there's been some welding in 2005, December 2005. Suspension spring mounting prescribed areas excessively corroded. But again, for £4,000, I remember these used to be cheap, these vans that look like this as well at one point, but with anything with the Fords, prices have gone through the absolute roof. I just think they look absolutely mint, especially with the Recaros in them, which this has. It does look like a super clean car, this. £4,000, is it worth it? Is it not? I definitely have this car, and it really made me smile seeing it. Number 5 and last on the list this week is a Ford Escort RS Turbo Series 1, a 1986 RS Owners Club show car. It's £19,950 and it has done 81,000 miles. Quite low that really. In the listing he's put a fine example of this Series 1 Ford Escort RS Turbo, first registered on the 16th of the 1st, 1986 and covered just 81,000 miles from new and covered just 1,000 miles in the last 8 years, mostly just to and from shores and kept in a heated garage. With the last service carried out at 100 miles ago to incorporate brakes etc. A few aftermarket tasteful goodies have been added over the years, only in the form of a stereo, hoses etc, but it has a box of original bits that it comes with. That's always nice, saves you a fortune trying to track them all down. Imagine how many bits for cars have just been thrown in bin over the years. Standard exhaust being taken off, air boxes are probably the main one, just getting lobbed in the bin, and now people absolutely scream for them. They can't find the things, and we were just taking them off, old hoses, original hoses, just picking them off and throwing them in the bin. This was originally purchased as a long-term investment, but due to a recent house move and losing valuable garage space, I now find myself in a situation of renting a garage at £65 each month to store it. Yeah, I think with Fords, people forget a lot of the time. They do go up in value a lot, but a lot of money goes into maintaining them as well, storing them, getting them resprayed. Someone could have a Cosworth that they paid 20 grand for, it's now worth 35, but they might have spent 15 grand over the years getting it sorted, servicing, storage in it, fuel, insurance. They don't tot all this up. I always tot all that up when I sell a car, so I know a true figure of how much I've made on it, or lost, which is the case with most cars, not with Fords at the moment. It's a shame this, if you have to let a car go because of situation changes and stuff, but that's off to him to actually getting rid of it rather than keeping hold of it and it just costing him more and more money. It says it was first registered Thursday the 16th of January 1986 near Newcastle upon Tyne. The last MOT was October 2018. It passed a few advisories are rear seat belts slightly loose, the fuel lines underneath are slightly loose, rear brake pipe clips or supports missing, offside rear bearing is slight play, and temp gauge inoperative. Quite a thorough MOT that, but there's no major issues, there's no failures, so that's always a plus on a car this old. An old friend of mine used to have one of these, crashed it round a lamppost, made a mess of himself and the people in the cars. Cars aren't as safe as they are now. They weren't even that fast back in the day, I suppose. It was just like, they just felt like you were going a lot faster. But the Series 1 Escort RS Turbo is definitely a beautiful car. Absolutely love the look of them. Obsessed with the story about the one black one that Princess Diana had and the mystique of the red ones and stuff. But again, that's number 5 on my list, Series 1 Escort RS Turbo. Right everyone, that finishes off my list of my top 5 Fords on eBay this week. The Escort Special, episode 9. Again, hit that like button. Let's try and get 100 likes on this one. Please keep coming back, hit the subscribe button. What's your favourite? Get it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time.